Welcome to Canada Star TV. This is Joshua Alvarez, and I'm your host for Canada Pitch. So for today, we're having a wonderful group of producers, and they're pitching in for their short film called Te Veo. So here we have Rob and we have Olga. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for helping us promote this campaign.
Okay, great. So Olga, why don't you start telling us, give us your 30-second speech.
So Te Veo is a movie on mental health. It's about a young Russian woman, Oksana, who is lost in life. And she goes on 900-kilometer hike to find herself. Then she meets a young man, Oscar, and their connection, that special connection, makes her open up about her struggles. And this is the first step towards healing her soul, towards moving on with her life. And I think in life, that one random connection, that one person is already enough to make a huge difference in your life.
Okay, great. So what drew you or what attracted you towards producing this film?
So the idea of this film actually happened when I was standing in an airport coming back home to Toronto, and I wanted to create a film on two people falling in love, but they don't speak the same language. And when I mentioned the idea to Olga, we both kind of then merged it into a mental health short film. So it went from two people falling in love to this girl struggling with her own mental health issues. So there is still sort of a small love, romantic, there's still a romantic connection with these two, but it's more so about the mental health side. And the reason why we both went the mental health route is that we both like to support it, and we both feel like it's close to our hearts, and we just want to make something that we can have the audience relate to worldwide, because millions of people are affected by mental health, including us. So I just feel like if we can put this out into a movie, into a film, and have this concept reach millions of people just to help them kind of come out more and to hopefully end the stigma, then we feel like we've done our part in the community.
Okay, beautiful. And I like the fact that you mentioned that word stigma, eh?
Yes.
Sometimes when there's mental health issues, there's a big stigma around that issue. Sometimes we can relate and understand other issues. We could understand cancer easier. We understand kidney problems easier. But when it comes to mental health, sometimes it becomes the elephant in the room that nobody wants to address or talk about. And therefore, there's a big sense of loneliness that comes with it, eh?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe that Olga also, it drives a point home in your case as well, right?
Yes, I did actually lost a friend to mental health this year, and I never thought it's such a huge problem until something happened to me, and then it just opens your eyes and you start hearing about amazing individuals who struggling. And we talked with Rob about it a lot of times, and I think sometimes in life you just need one random connection. It can be just one person you open up, and that person is there for you, and it's make such a huge difference in your life. And this movie is very special to us also because the problem of mental health is not only to bring the message that there is help, but also to kind of push a little bit people to talk about it, because as you said, it's very, very difficult topic, and people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to open up. And again, it just takes sometimes one person, one connection.
Only one, eh?
Only one, just to feel better. And it's just incredible how we started this campaign, and we haven't even shot the movie. We haven't even started the process, and people start opening up, and they start messaging us, and there were long Facebook messages about their own struggle and how that is important to them. And I think we realize it's just more than just creating a movie and send the message that it's okay not to be okay. It's beyond that. It's even helping and be with people in their journey right now, and them coming forward and telling their stories. It's already kind of healing process for them. And we feel like this movie already started making a positive impact.
Okay, great. And I like that sentence. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to accomplish with this film?
I personally believe that we're all put on this planet to help each other, whether it's to grow someone in their career, whether it's to help people with their problems, such as mental health, anything. We're all here to help each other. And so I feel like that, creating this movie, it's a way to begin the help to those who might need it, and hopefully what they get out of this film is that they can open up to someone. They can start their own journey, just like our character does, into kind of finding their happiness, or to get out of that little problem that they're in. So our goal for this film is to have many people see it who are dealing with this, and for those who aren't dealing with mental health as much as others, maybe it'll give them, it'll be an eye opener to them to kind of be aware now on how many people are struggling with mental health, because there are many and we don't know about it. A lot of the times we don't know, and we shield it out when we're in public, and it's just amazing when you find out who's actually dealing with it. You would have never have thought that.
What a struggle, eh?
Yeah.
I love the film. I love the concept. It's a short film, isn't it?
It is.
How many minutes?
It's going to be under 10 minutes.
Under 10 minutes. Beautiful. And what's the budget? How much does it cost to produce this?
It could cost $2,000. It could cost $100,000. But we're looking. I think our goal is at $8,000. Our goal in Indiegogo is $8,000, and that'll allow us to get it done kind of the way I have it in my head, as well as Olga. There's many ways to produce a film. You have to get creative sometimes. You have to pull favors. So if we don't raise the $8,000, we're still going to make it. We're still going to get great people on board. We're just going to have to create it differently, but it'll still have that same execution involved, where we're going to fall in love with it while we're making it, and we're going to be happy with the end product.
Okay, great.
I think we're already in love with it.
Okay, well, I hope you make it, eh? Okay, so now we know the goal. We know that there's a campaign. So let us watch briefly the Indiegogo trailer that they have set for us.
Hi, I'm Rob Como, and I'm a filmmaker and mental health activist. I've suffered through mental health issues my entire life, from mild depression and anxiety. That's why today we're coming together to let you know that we're doing a short film on mental health, so that hopefully we can inspire you to let you know that mental health is not the end, but the beginning to a beautiful journey ahead.
My name is Olga Korsak, and I'm a lead actress in this beautiful movie, Vale. I myself lost a friend to mental health, and I never thought it's such a big problem until something happened to me. Sometimes in life, you feel totally lost, and then you meet someone. And that random connection is the string which pulls you back from the edge. And that is what Vale is all about.
I run a brand called Your Time, and we work with nonprofit organizations to raise money to make more mental health awareness videos. Through your guys' help in raising money for this film, we can send this movie out to film festivals and increase our chances of spreading the awareness of mental health to end that stigma.
Please help us to make this movie a reality. If you can donate, tell your friends about this movie. Spread the word on social media. Anything counts. Vale is about making a difference in this world, and sometimes a small difference can be a beginning for a big change.
That was absolutely beautiful, eh? I really liked it. Well,
Thank you.
I wish you guys success. But for today, we're going to also have a guest who's going to be here giving us advice, okay? So it is my pleasure to introduce you to my good friend, Rhiannon Trail. She's the CEO of the Economic Club of Canada. She's the founder of the Junior Economic Club of Canada, and she's a producer as well. And she's into a lot of social causes. One of the causes that she helps out is she helps out women, and she also helps out Indigenous people. So I invited her as a guest to the show. She's going to be calling in today, and she's going to give you some advice. So how are you, Rhiannon?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much for calling. So here we have Rob and Olga. Do you have any advice to them in regards to how they could get their funds for their production?
I do. First off, I just want to say congratulations to both of you. I think the project is so important, and I think you've done it in such a beautiful way. As being the president and CEO of the Economic Club of Canada, we're talking more and more about the impact of mental health. And it's not just about the stigma. Mental health issues impact the Canadian economy, $51 billion a year in costs associated with healthcare and lost productivity, and also reduction in quality of life for people in Canada. So where I really see an opportunity for you guys in terms of funding for your project is to really look to corporate Canada. There's a couple of organizations that I would recommend, and I would be happy to connect you with. The first one that comes to mind, of course, is the Canadian Mental Health Association of Canada. The president and CEO, Louise Bradley, is always looking for creative ways to inform Canadians and reduce stigma around mental health. So this seems really in line with where their goals are as an association. And I would definitely recommend reaching out to Louise and her team and seeing if there would be an interest there. The other really interesting project that's been ongoing for a couple of years is a particular organization called Not Myself Today. Not Myself Today was a Canadian national campaign to reduce stigma and to talk about the impact of mental health on people across the country. And what it asked is for organizations that believe in supporting mental health and mental health initiatives to pledge and put their names forward. So if you go onto the Not Myself Today website for 2017, you can see a whole entire list of over 450 organizations in Canada, both large and small, that really, really, really want to put an end to the stigma surrounding mental health issues. And so there's an excellent list there. Some that jump out to me, Excellence Canada is an organization that's done a lot of work in this space in wanting to reduce stigma. Of course, we all know about Bell Media's campaign for the Bell Let's Talk, and they've done some great, great work and have some great spokespeople, but also because they're a broadcast company, may be really interested in broadcasting your film on their platform as well. And then there's a whole list of others. There's a lot of big banks that are now putting dollars and movement behind this. Canadian Tire is another example, Accenture. So I would recommend checking that out and seeing if you can create contacts with some of the organizations that have already put a pledge to supporting this very important issue nationally.
Well, thank you very much, Rihanna, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. So, again, thank you very much for those important leads. So at the end of the show, I'm going to provide you the contact information, okay?
Perfect.
Yeah, because there was a lot of information there, and I don't have anything to write down.
Yeah, no problem.
Definitely connect. That'd be amazing.
Sure.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
happy to
Rihanna.
help.
We appreciate
So
it.
thank you for what you're doing.
Okay, thank you, Rihanna.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was interesting, eh?
That was great.
Yes, so she mentioned she gave a lot of corporate, she provided a lot of corporate leads, eh? I think that's a way to go.
For sure. And I actually have a lead with CMHA as well. I did some work for them earlier this year as a volunteer for a promotional video for an event. And they're actually just in a smaller region in Ontario. So I think her contact there was for someone, they might be able to help us a little bit more because they might be involved a little bit more in CMHA. So that's great that there was a connection there and someone that I know as well.
Okay, good. And let me tell you, Rihanna is a public. There's someone that might have a good lead. It's her, right?
Of course.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Nice.
Would love to connect with her.
Great. So thank you very much. So now the other question is, how can the viewer contribute towards this program?
Well, the viewer can, of course, go on our Indiegogo page to check out our campaign, to watch the video again if they wanted to have more sense of what the movie is all about. And on the right side, there's a column of different perks, and you can choose any perk you want. It starts from $5 and can go up to whatever you feel like. And one thing we can tell, it's anything counts. Like even $5 goes the long way. So it's about support. It's about helping us to bring the message to the bigger audience, and we would appreciate any help at this moment.
Okay, te veo.
Te veo.
Okay, well,
Which means I see you.
That's
I don't know if
right.
you covered that. And it's Spanish for I see you.
te veo. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. So here's the pitch. Te veo. Anyhow, at the bottom of the screen, we're going to see the link where we could click on. If we wish to contribute, feel welcome to do it. And remember, $5, $10, they could go a long way. And well, let's make this production happen, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you
so
very much for coming.
Thank you.
Hey, it was great having you here, okay?
Appreciate it.
I
Good luck
wish
with
you
everyone
success.
else. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this was Joshua Alvarez from Canada Pitch, talking directly from Canada Star TV. Welcome and thank you very much. See you next week.